Hey, I'm Kai, and today I'm going to be checking out the Tai G Drive by Mosky. Now this pedal is on loan to me from a Forderboard, however this video is not sponsored. This Mosky pedal is based on the Hamida Zendrive, however it's added in a lot of extra clipping options that you don't get on the original. I'll get into all of that later on of course, but first let's just hear what it sounds like. So the dry tone I'm running in this video is going to be the high watt model in the Fractal FM3 with just a touch of reverb on it, and the cabinet is the ML Sound Lab Reflex Green. I've got my PRS S2 which is currently tuned down to drop C, it's got the Evertune bridge and the Seymour Duncan Pegasus Sentient pickup set. Let's hear my dry tone first. Getting into the pedal now, we're going to start on mode 1. We're going to keep the tone knob and the voice knob at noon just while we hear the gain range. Now this is supposed to be a light overdrive all the way up to amp-like distortion tones, but I'm definitely getting something a little more fuzzy out of this. That may change as we go through the different clipping options later on though. I do find this pedal to lend itself more to the darker side of tones, so we'll use the tone knob and brighten this up a bit. It does get fairly bright, but it's not going to be a super cutting bright sound. It's super smooth all the way through. The voice knob is something that I've not really experienced on a pedal before. This takes a little bit of getting used to. This adjusts both the amount of gain as well as the bottom end. Now I'm just going to dial this mode in to taste. I'm going to go for a distortion sort of thing rather than a fuzz, if I can. I like that. It's a nice, aggressive, punchy sounding thing, but you do really have to turn up the tone knob and the voice knob to be able to get some clarity out of this. Mode 2 has a lot more clean blend going on, and the distortion is a little bit more subtle. It's also taking care of some of the scoop sound that you get on Mode 1. I'll dial this one in for a light overdrive first. Now we'll crank up the gain and go for a nice big fuzzy thing. So with the distortion turned up nice and high, you'll really be able to hear the difference when I switch between the two different clipping settings. I'll do a full comparison of all of the different modes later on in the video, but for now this is just to give you an idea of what they do. Mode 3 is an awful lot louder than modes 1 and 2. It's a little bit thicker, but it's also got a touch more presence to it. We'll start with this one on a low gain setting. This is great for like doomy, sludgy drone riffs. Again, we're going to dial this one in for a higher gain tone as well and see what that's doing. The final mode, Mode 4, is a little lower in volume than Mode 3, but higher than Modes 1 and 2, and it's got more of a top-end roll-off. Let's hear this one doing low gain. And again, high gain. I've also got the Behringer Super Fuzz set up on the desk so we can hear what this pedal's like when it's boosting the front end of a fuzz pedal. Of course, we've got to hear this one dry before I start boosting it. And now again boosted with the Tai G. one more final tone, just dialing this one in as I see fit before we get into the mode comparison. Okay, let's go through the modes now. I am going to volume match all of these different modes in post, however in the room I've got it set up to be the right volume for mode 3, as this is the loudest one. So let me know in the comment section down below which one of these 4 modes was your favourite. I'd like to say another quick thank you to Affordaboard for loaning me this pedal so that I can put this demo together. Overall, I would say I am pretty impressed with it. I don't think it's something I'd particularly use all that often, but it does work nicely at what it's aiming to do. It sounds like it's blending in quite a lot of the clean signal, very similar to what a tube screamer does in that regard. I personally don't like that, but that can help to get you more articulation, especially if you're doing lead work, something that I obviously don't do all that often. Generally though, it's a very smooth sounding pedal. I wouldn't call it amp-like by any means. I think it leans more towards fuzz or like the DoD 250 kind of overdrive. It's definitely versatile though. With the different modes, there's an awful lot of different things you can do with it, from nice big boosts all the way up to big fuzzy distortions. It's an easy one to recommend at £35, so there's a link in the description box down below if you'd like to purchase this for yourself. That is everything that I've got for this video though. I appreciate you sticking around to the end. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Kai.